Dr. Nick Delgado here, talking to you about your skin. The skin is the first thing that everyone notices. Is your skin radiant? Is it perfect? Is it free of acne, pimples, blackheads? Or have you not learned about the Delgado protocol and the intervention that we discovered back in 2005, over 21 years ago, of the best solution without having to take birth control pills off label, using harsh, proactive, and other chemicals on your face? This is the solution. Right now, we're going to talk about peptides and all the craze, all the excitement. Let's lean into this discussion.
Skincare. This is becoming an increasingly common trend, and is that really worth the hype? That's what we're going to dive in today. I'm a board certified dermatologist, and I'm going to explain to you the 4 different types of peptides that we commonly see in skincare products and explain how they might work. And my personal opinion is that peptides are going to become an increasingly relevant part of our skincare as scientists are searching for new ways to help rejuvenate the skin and to improve our appearance. My name is Dr. Dustin Portella, and if you're new to the channel, I make videos to help support my mission to...
Okay, so first, to his point, peptides are going to be the most important innovation. Even though I've been using peptides over 45 years, the truth is that most of the people are just now becoming aware only because of publicity, social media, and that's a good thing. And I want to tell you that one of the keys to rejuvenating your body and your skin is RegenMax. This product has the very important BPC 157, which body protection compound. It also has the TB 500, and it has KBV. When you look these up, you're going to learn it not only has a rejuvenation at the kind of the deepest level of the skin, but some people are obviously concerned as they age, and they should be, with wrinkles. So this is a big breakthrough. Anabolic MD cream, this restores about 4 different bioidentical hormones into balance: DHEA, pregnenolone. It helps with one of the androgens, and it helps clear harmful estrogens. You're going to hear more about that during our conversation. So let's continue on with Justin there and see what he has to say in our best interest.
Here, when you watch the videos, if you purchase any products from the links in the video description, it helps to your bones, your joints, whatever it is. But peptides are becoming used more commonly in topical products, and there's a few things you need to be aware of if you're going to start using products that advertise as peptide products. The idea behind using a peptide is that it will penetrate into the skin, and these peptides can either provide the cells, the DNA, the enzymes with everything that they need in order to do their job better, or to act as a signaling molecule to tell it to do something and give it that stimulus so that it produces more collagen or elastin fibers, or maybe it acts as an inhibitor of the things that break down collagen, or maybe it stops neurotransmission. So there are 4 main categories of topical peptides that we see emerging in skincare products. As I cover them, I'm going to give you generic examples of what these are, and I will have a few product recommendations down in the video description for you. The first category of peptides are signaling peptides. The goal of these is to get down into the skin and to stimulate your fibroblasts or other types of skin cells to produce more collagen, to produce more elastin, to create more hyaluronic acid, to make the skin look more plump, to look more dynamic, to have fewer lines and wrinkles. And in general, when these work well, you will see an increase in collagen production. But there's a few caveats. These molecules have to penetrate the skin, and our skin is designed not to let things through very well. So when scientists are formulating these peptides, they have to get them in a vehicle delivery system that's going to help them penetrate the skin. They're going to have to be small enough to get through the skin barrier. So not everybody that throws a peptide in a skincare product has actually made something that will be effective at its end result. Most of the peptides that we use topically that are signaling peptides are designed to increase collagen production. Now, we have another product that can help increase collagen production, and that is retinol.
Okay, so I wanted to first address what he was talking about in terms of these important penetration of the skin. He's right. There has to be a delivery system. So in both our Estroblock cream, We have a very special advanced delivery system. Some would talk about it as a liposome, a natural delivery system of the key ingredients, namely progesterone, estriol. Progesterone is well known to calm down the skin. It helps to offset some of the, we'll just call them the more problematic estrogens that tend to aggravate and lead to conditions that alters what's called sex hormone binding globulin. Without getting overly complex, the transporter of all the key hormones is a binding carrier called sex hormone binding globulin. So we have ingredients here that include the use of, particularly with anabolic MD, chrysin, which gives it a slight yellow color. Both creams have a really nice scent, and all you do is you literally open it up, you put a little dab in your finger, about a nickel's worth, and you rub it on the trouble areas, usually the T-zone where there is the most pronounced acne. And then the anabolic MD cream is going to kind of shift the change in some of the what's called, again, the harmful estrogens, and restore some of the natural healthy hormones that your body needs without suppressing them with, say, birth control pills. I don't really get why so many doctors prescribe it. It's a last ditch effort. Why do birth control pills work? Because they actually increase what's called sex hormone binding globulin. Well, guess what? The ingredients in this product, which was my original bestseller called Ester Block, has the ability to increase sex hormone binding globulin with dim-dinylmethane, which is the special cruciferous vegetable extract. It's a phytochemical. Also, a plant-based, oil-free, sugar-free diet will increase sex hormone binding globulin. And so you can replace those unnecessary birth control pill interventions, unless you're using it for birth control. I'm not making a comment on that. There are other ways. And you can replace it with Ester Block Pro, which is the triple strength, an amazing record of over 20 years of helping people, literally tens of thousands of people, improve their skin. Let's go back to his comments about some of these other ingredients, and I'll make a comment as well.
Retinol is tried and true. It is well tested and it really works. But the problem is that not everybody can use a retinol, because the side effect of retinol is often that it causes irritation. So when we use prescription tretinoin, when we use other prescription retinols, dryness is a very common side effect. A lot of the
Okay, so retinol, dryness, it's very harsh, very hard on the skin. And keep in mind, the skin has what's called a microbiome. And when you look at the microbes in the body, and this is not a rendering effect, it's actual known bacteria that's in the microbiome of the mouth, the teeth, the skin. These active bacteria play a role, and certain ones are harmful, some are healthy. You want that good ratio of from probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics. And that leads me to another conversation about happy gut. Let me just grab that. And before we do that, let's lean into some more comments by the dermatologist.
Counter retinols have to be converted into retinoic acid once they get in the skin, but they also have less risk of irritation. My retinol that I use most frequently now is from Skin Better Science, and their formulation is just fantastic. I've been using it for a year now.
Well, his formulas, he's selling something. I got it. Everyone has an agenda. But you really want to get to the core problem. These ingredients he's talking about are cover-up ingredients. Happy Gut restores the balance, the absolute balance of your gut microbiome. And that, believe it or not, is going to assist your skin to be far healthier. I know there's an example of the twins. Dr. John McDougall, may we bless his soul, rest in peace. He passed on this last year. And I just want to say that he had a group of twins. One went on a plant-based, oil-free, sugar-free diet. The other one went on the typical diet. And, of course, the healthy version, the plant-based, actually, I think, partly increased the natural microbiome of the gut and the microbiome itself, which helped to improve the skin. That twin, the skin just cleared up beautifully. And the other twin, the skin got worse. So, again, let's continue because this is a lively conversation I know you need to hear.
And I haven't had any irritation. This is designed to go and stimulate collagen production in the skin. I find that the Dipology product actually feels really acting as a signal to tell it, hey, do this, hey, build more collagen, hey, build more elastin. They're more saying, hey, you guys need these building blocks in order to do your job better. Here they are. Copper peptides are the most common example of carrier peptides that we see in skincare. Copper peptides have been used in lots of different products. We have one here in my office through the Dean skincare line. I'll have a link for that as well. But copper peptides deliver copper to these enzymes and things because copper is an important cofactor in many enzymes in order to work better. The metaphor kind of breaks down, but like lubing the gears of the enzyme helps it work better. It's just a necessary part of many different enzymes in order to do their job better.
So I'm a big fan of copper. We have a peptide that we call Glow. It has copper in it. It has the BPC 157 as TB4. It's really miraculous for the skin. Big fan. The product he's recommending, I checked it out. It's okay. If you want to go with okay, or you want to go with the cutting edge stuff, check out what we have to offer at delgadolabs.com. Take a look in the show notes description. Let's continue.
So copper peptides can help to brighten the skin, help those enzymes to work better that are building collagen, that are doing all sorts of things for the skin. The next category of peptides I think is often overlooked, and that is enzyme inhibitor peptides. So these peptides go into the skin if they can get delivered to the right area, and they stop enzymes from performing their function. You might ask, why would I want them to stop doing something? Well, the reality is our skin is always in homeostasis. It's always building things and breaking things down. We have in our bones osteoclasts and osteoblasts. Osteoblasts build more bone and osteoclasts break down bone. And this is happening all of the time in our bones, but also it happens in our skin where collagen and elastin is created and it is degraded over time. So inhibitor enzyme peptides can basically go in and stop these enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases from breaking down your collagen and from remodeling the skin. Overall, this can help to preserve the skin's structural integrity because as we get older, these building enzymes just don't work as well. They don't keep up with the amount of loss because that loss is not only due to the enzymes that degrade it, but it's due to UV damage, it's due to pollution, toxins in our environment. So we're continually being insulted with things that can degrade our collagen, that can break down our elastin. And so if we can slow down the body's natural processes that would also degrade these things, it can help to preserve that collagen and that elastin for longer periods of time. Glycerin, so
Okay, so I'm a huge fan of what he's talking about, these enzyme inhibitors and the combinations that he's talking about. Once again, I think when you go straight to the source to rebuild the skin, Regen Max is an oral capsule, which has a high degree of efficacy for improving the skin because of its BPC 157, TB4, TB500, and KPV. I'm going to go further and just say that enzyme-rich food, of course, will assist in this whole process. And the closer you get to plant, whole food, enzyme-rich, raw, sprouted, that's why I'm a huge fan of DHT block. This has sulforaphane, which is the broccoli sprouts, one of the keys to rejuvenation of the skin. It has dimethylmethane. It has the other combinations that are so important. Indole 3-carbinol. It's absolutely astonishing. So I want you to pay attention. We'll continue here and keep you informed. Yep.
Peptide or soybean peptides are examples of these that can get into the skin and help act as enzyme inhibitors to preserve that structural integrity of the skin. And our last category of peptides are neurotransmitter inhibitor peptides. The way this works is, let's talk about it like Botox, because the example that I'm going to use is argireline. Argireline is also called acetyl hexapeptide 8. Essentially, we have a nerve that comes from our central nervous system, the peripheral nervous system, and it goes to a muscle. And when that nerve fires, it tells the muscle to constrict. This is most obvious when we start to develop wrinkles. If you're mad at your children and you start to frown here, if you're curious and you raise your eyebrows. So Botox will go in and stop that neurotransmitter. So it inhibits the nerve from telling the muscle to contract. Essentially, argireline is designed to do the same thing. It inhibits the neurotransmitter release that tells the muscle to contract. Some people will call argireline Botox in a bottle. Now, it has to be used very consistently, and it's never going to inhibit the muscles to the same degree as Botox will. Botox is incredibly potent. We use it at very low doses. Even if you're getting a lot of units, it's a very small dose. So when we put that in there, it's very potent, stops the muscles completely from contracting. Argireline just softens that a little bit, and that's why it has to be used every day. This is not something you can put on once a week and really expect to see big benefits from it. The product that I've used that has argireline in it is also from Depology. They have a great combo. It is Matrixyl in one serum and argireline in the second serum. They work really well in combination, and they're really cosmetically elegant products. I'm not sponsored by them, but it is just a pair of products that I've used and that I like. Now, the most important thing when shopping around for peptides in skincare is try to understand the skin problems you're trying to correct and picking the peptides that are going to best suit that. And then the third level is making sure that they're formulated well. Look for reviews. Look on YouTube, on different places where dermatologists are talking to talk about the efficacy of these products. Have they done real clinical trials? Have they done studies that were longer than a period of 4 weeks and had people just say, hey, my skin looks better in 4 weeks. Great, hooray. But what's this going to do if you're using it consistently for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months? Are you really going to see long-term sustained benefit? Not all companies are going to do these longer studies, but if you can find them, then I highly recommend them. If you're trying to build collagen, signaling molecule peptides are going to be a great option for you. If you're really concerned about lines and wrinkles, something like a neurotransmitter inhibiting peptide could also be good if you're moving your muscles and you're developing lines on your forehead. Hopefully, understanding the different types of peptides in skincare will help you to make more informed choices. This is not necessarily a product-focused type of video, but just giving you some of the science behind peptides in skincare, because I think we're going to see better and better peptides released. They're going to formulate them in new and improved ways so that they deliver better to the skin and that their effects can actually start to manifest when you use them with consistency. Guys, thank you so much.
All right. I think he gave a really good summary. And to his point, you want to choose a company like Delgado brand, Delgado Labs, that's been in the skincare industry for over 20 years, helping over 50,000 young people. As you know, I am the author of this book. Here, let me grab it. Acne Be Gone for Good. It's right here on the shelf. And this book, co-written with one of the top board-certified dermatologists in the industry, Dr. Sonia Batterisi Banacel, board-certified dermatologist. We've documented literally tens of thousands of cases in over 20 years of success. You can now become one of our successes. Please check out our website in the show notes. And I think it'd be cool if you visited DelgadoProtocol.com to check out the oral peptides. And we have a website dedicated to specific products that relate to the skin called EsterBlock.com. Okay, now you have it. Be well, be strong. Tune into the next show. It's going to be really cool. Thank you very much.